instant
Yeah.
fear, isn't it? It's scary immediately. And that's because what it does is it has an impact on the way that your brain functions, and it affects the frontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that we need for logic, language, reason, thinking, problem solving, all of that stuff. And actually, if you were to do this now, so people can do this as an exercise, if you have one person as the active speaker and one person as the listener, and so someone's speaking and you just need to speak for 1 minute on a subject that you can speak about for a minute. So maybe it's what you're going to do for dinner, maybe it's where you're going on holiday, maybe it's your bad day that you've had, whatever it is. You speak about it confidently for a minute. The listener listens as they normally would. So they nod along, they smile, they gesture, they go, oh, interesting. They kind of show that they're engaged for 30 seconds. And then after 30 seconds, they stop. They
Uh,
just wait. So they have their blank face as a response. And what happens to the speaker is either, in my experience, when I've done this in trainings, they either get bigger and they try and make their story as interesting as they can, and they move more and they laugh and they joke and they gesture because they're trying to get somebody along, like, please listen to me and notice me. This is okay. Are we all right here? Or they laugh and they go, oh, this feels uncomfortable. I don't really want to do this anymore. And they kind of stop
mm,
speaking. And so it forces people into their fight or flight. You either fight through interaction or you run away from it a little bit. And the reason that we do that is because it heightens your stress response so rapidly and so significantly that you actually can't function in your brain anymore. And what we find is that people can't find their words anymore. They stumble over what they're saying. They get stuck and lost because their frontal cortex goes offline. They're not using it. So they go back only to their limbic system, which is the part of their brain that they use for impulsivity and emotions. So actually, active listening is so important, because if we don't do it, the other person gets really dysregulated in their body and in their brain, and then they can't interact in a way that they feel comfortable with. And then we end up thinking, oh, that was a bit of a strange conversation. But often it's because the active listening's not there. So it's really, really important.